Dogs are often seen as endlessly happy, tail-wagging bundles of joy, but what most people don't realize is that dogs have emotional lives just like humans. They get hurt, they feel confused, they even get embarrassed, and often the people they love most, their owners, are the ones unknowingly causing the pain. Today, we're diving into 14 everyday habits that might be secretly hurting your dog's feelings. Some of these will shock you, others might change the way you look at your dog forever. Let's get started. 1. Yelling at your dog. To a human, yelling might seem like a way to express frustration, but to a dog, it's terrifying. Dogs don't speak English. They don't understand sarcasm or volume changes the way people do. When someone yells, a dog doesn't think, oh, they're mad because I chewed the shoe. They just feel fear. Dog psychologists say that yelling can erode trust. The dog starts to associate their owner with unpredictability. Over time, this damages the bond and creates anxiety. In extreme cases, dogs may even develop learned helplessness, where they shut down emotionally. 2. Ignoring their efforts to communicate. Dogs are constantly trying to talk to their owners, just not with words. They use body language, tail wags, yawns, eye contact, paw lifts. When a dog brings a toy, stares into your eyes, or lets out a low whine, they're initiating a conversation. But many people are too busy scrolling on their phones to notice. Over time, when a dog's attempts at communication are ignored, they stop trying. This withdrawal isn't just behavioral, it's emotional. It's like being in a relationship where the other person never listens. Eventually, the dog starts feeling invisible. 3. Leaving them alone. Too long. Dogs are pack animals. In the wild, they're never truly alone. Being part of a group is hardwired into their psychology. So when a dog is left home alone for 8, 10, or even 12 hours a day, they can experience separation distress, even if they don't tear up the house to show it. What's most heartbreaking is that dogs don't understand why they're left. They live in the moment. Every minute you're gone can feel like an eternity. And when this becomes a pattern, it leads to loneliness, depression, and even symptoms that mimic PTSD in humans. 4. Using negative reinforcement without understanding it. A lot of owners unknowingly use punishment-based training. Things like leash jerking, hitting, or even alpha rolling, flipping a dog on its back, are outdated and harmful. Research shows that negative reinforcement increases fear and aggression in dogs. But more than that, it makes the dog feel unsafe. When a dog doesn't know whether an interaction will be loving or harsh, they become hyper-vigilant. Their emotional state shifts from relaxed and happy to cautious and withdrawn. It's like living with someone you love, but constantly walking on eggshells. 5. Not letting them sniff on walks. Here's one most people never think about. Dogs explore the world through their noses. When they sniff, they're reading the news of the neighborhood. Who walked by? What's new? Is there danger nearby? Pulling a dog away from a patch of grass they're interested in is like snatching a book out of someone's hands mid-sentence. It's frustrating. It's disorienting. And if it happens regularly, the dog starts to associate walks with control instead of joy. Experts call this sniff deprivation, and it leads to a dog who's mentally understimulated and emotionally unfulfilled. 6. Changing routines. Without warning, dogs thrive on routine, waking up at the same time, walking at the same time, eating, sleeping, playing. Predictability is soothing to a dog's nervous system. When a routine suddenly changes, say you switch up their walk time or start going out late without warning, it creates stress. The dog doesn't know what to expect, and this can lead to confusion or behavioral changes. Think of it like someone constantly rescheduling your life without asking. To a dog, Every inconsistency feels like instability, and that hits their emotional core. 7. Forcing interactions with strangers or other dogs. Not all dogs are social butterflies. Some are introverted, some have trauma, some just don't want to say hi right now. But many owners push their dogs into uncomfortable situations. Go say hi, or worse, letting strangers pet their dog without checking first. This can lead to emotional overwhelm. A dog who's forced into contact may feel cornered, which can spiral into anxiety, growling, or even biting, not because they're bad, but because they're stressed. Imagine being shoved into a conversation with someone who makes you nervous over and over. Eventually, you'd shut down. Dogs do too. 8. Not noticing when they're in pain. Dogs are masters at hiding pain. It's a survival instinct. In the wild, showing weakness could make them a target. But when pain is ignored by owners, maybe because they think their dog is just getting older or being dramatic, it leads to emotional suffering on top of the physical discomfort. The dog begins to associate their pain with isolation. No one's helping, no one's noticing, and that's heartbreaking. Studies show that chronic pain can lead to personality changes in dogs, more irritability, withdrawal, and even depression-like symptoms. Always check for subtle signs like limping, avoiding stairs, or licking one spot constantly. 9. Laughing at or shaming them for accidents. When a dog has an accident indoors or does something silly, it's tempting to laugh or even scold them in a mocking way. But dogs don't understand laughter in the way humans do. They recognize tones. A laughing tone combined with pointing or exaggerated reactions can make a dog feel confused or even ashamed. Yes, dogs can feel shame or something close to it, but it's not because they know they were wrong. It's because they're picking up on negative attention and tones of disapproval. This can damage their confidence, especially for sensitive breeds like border collies, poodles, and retrievers. Emotional validation is everything, Ulrich. 10. Withholding affection. When they misbehave. Finally, one of the most harmful things an owner can do is give their dog the cold shoulder. Maybe the dog chewed a sock or barked at the wrong time. Some owners try to teach a lesson by ignoring them or withholding affection. To a dog, this is devastating. They don't connect the dots like humans do. All they know is that their source of love and safety has suddenly shut down. This leads to insecurity, anxiety, and fear-based behaviors. What they need in those moments isn't punishment, it's guidance. Dogs don't need to be dominated. They need to be led gently and consistently. 11. Dressing them up for your amusement. It might look cute on Instagram to see your dog in a tiny cowboy hat or a dinosaur costume, but for many dogs, being dressed up isn't fun. It's confusing and uncomfortable. While some dogs tolerate clothes for warmth or medical reasons, doing it just for laughs can make them feel restricted and even embarrassed. Dogs rely heavily on body language to communicate, and putting clothes on them, especially ones that cover their ears, tails, or restrict movement, can block those natural signals. Suddenly, they can't wag properly, shake off tension, or express themselves. And if people laugh or point, the dog can start to associate attention with discomfort or ridicule. Bottom line, if your dog genuinely enjoys a cozy sweater in the winter, great. But if they freeze, flatten their ears, or try to shake it off, it's not a fashion moment. It's a stress signal. 12. Overstimulating them without a break. Dogs love fun. They enjoy playtime, adventures, and even a good game of fetch. But just like people, dogs can get overstimulated. Loud music, chaotic environments, rowdy kids, or even constant ball throwing without rest can send their nervous system into overdrive. When dogs get overstimulated, their behavior changes. They might start panting heavily, barking excessively, or even nipping, not because they're aggressive, but because they're overwhelmed. Think of how it feels to be in a crowded, noisy space, with no escape. That's what overstimulation feels like for a dog. What they need is balance. Play is great, but so is rest. Make sure your dog has a calm, quiet space to decompress. A peaceful moment on the couch with you might be more valuable to them than another round of tug of war. 13. Comparing them to other dogs. You might not say it out loud, but dogs pick up on the energy behind your words. Saying things like, "Why can't you be more like Max down the street?" or "My last dog never did this," can unintentionally create emotional distance between you and your dog. Every dog is an individual. They have their own personality, learning curve, and emotional makeup. When we compare them to others, especially in moments of frustration, we risk making them feel like they're not enough. And that hurts, even if they don't fully understand the words. Instead of comparison, try curiosity. What's your dog trying to communicate? What do they need help with? Shifting from judgment to understanding doesn't just improve your dog's confidence, it strengthens your relationship. 14. Using inconsistent commands or expectations, dogs thrive on clarity. They learn through repetition and consistency, but when owners switch up commands, like saying down one day and off the next, or let them jump on the couch sometimes but scold them at other times, it creates confusion. To the dog, the rules feel unpredictable. This inconsistency can cause anxiety and reduce their confidence. It's like playing a game where the rules change halfway through. You're not sure what's right anymore, and you end up second guessing yourself. For a dog, this uncertainty can be emotionally draining. Clear, consistent communication builds trust. If you want a well-behaved, emotionally secure dog, the key isn't strict discipline, it's dependable guidance. The truth is, dogs are emotionally complex. They may not write poetry or cry during movies, but they absolutely feel joy, fear, excitement, disappointment, and love. What makes this topic so powerful is that it reminds people your dog isn't just a pet, they're a family member with feelings, and those feelings can be hurt even by someone with the best intentions. Changing just a few of these habits can rebuild trust, strengthen the bond, and create a happier life for both the dog and the owner. So, the next time your dog looks at you with those eyes, remember, they're not just looking for treats, they're looking for connection. They're looking for someone who truly sees them. If you found this eye-opening, imagine how many other dog lovers need to hear it. Hit the like button so more people can see this video. Share it with that friend who always talks about their dog like it's their child. And if you've ever caught yourself doing any of these things, drop a comment below. You're not alone, and your dog will thank you for learning.